Hello everyone! Welcome to the episode where I go and fight NKG and maybe some other stuff. I have Nimbus. If you'll remember, I did mention in the last video that this was just gonna be 10-20 minute break between this episode and the last one, which is true. Because I started making my sandwich around 1:45 a.m. and it is currently 2:09 a.m. So it's been about 20 minutes. I had to deal with a bug. Y'all have probably heard about that. And yeah, so now we're gonna get on with it. I don't think I need Grimchild to get into this fight. I don't think, unless I do. Which would really suck, because that's an entire 2 charm slots that I can't use. Let me turn down the game noises, because I've heard that apparently the Grim Troop noises drown me out near completely. So I'm gonna turn down my audio real quick. It's weird because I'm not overly concerned with like appearing professional. I'm gonna turn them up a little. Just a little there, and everything's even. Anyways, I'm not too concerned with looking professional. And as a general standard, you know, I'm not all that worried about much of anything. Somewhere... Oh, and I was listening back to the audio from before, and apparently my controller makes a whole hell of a lot of noise. Supposedly there was like crumbling wall somewhere around here. Don't remember where it was though. So, shall we? Just get this show on the road? Literally? Oh, wait. No. Never mind, I do need Grimchild. Give me a second, I'll go get him. It's taking a second to load. I hope y'all have been doing well. It hasn't been that long, but you know. Hope everyone's safe and all that. Map updated. I will take off that, and that should give me enough. Yes. It's unfortunate not having the other one, but I'll live. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be an interesting boss fight. I'm here. Hello. Gonna give Nimbus head scratches for good luck. Hello. I am not gonna get this first try. I can almost guarantee it. Oh boy. Ow. Yep, there. Here we go. I was trying to dash through it and I failed. Miserably. I don't remember the timing on any of your attacks. Ow! Whew. Yep, that's about what I expected. In all honesty. Alright, let me look up to figure out how to see that room. And then I'll be right back. Since I'd like to show it, because I know that this place disappears at the end. I figured it out. I gotta go this way. Also, if the game seems choppy, it's because I'm currently rendering the other episode. So yep, this is a secret room. Bunch of masks in here. 'Cause I mean, that is the whole thing about the Grim Troop, is that it's sort of, none of it's real, in a way. In less of an illusory sort of meaning, and more in a, well, it's just none of it's real, and it's real, but the audience isn't really, so on and so forth. I'm doing a bad job of explaining it. Alright, take two. I don't remember the timing on these moves still, but hopefully I'll be less flustered this time. Ow, or maybe not. Okay, now I remember that one. Oh! That hurt. So did that. Ow! Nope, I should have waited. Take three. Hi. Uh-oh. Up against the wall. Double jump, please. I was hoping you wouldn't do that. I saw that one coming. The instant he repeated that, dash attack, I was like, yep. The second one's going to hit me because I won't have enough time to finish reacting to the first one before the second one happens. I like hitting during that attack. It's easy. Oh, God. That was a bit... Ow. Oh, I stunned you. I'm shocked. Legitimately. That was close. That was closer. Uh-oh. I don't know if I explained it back in the first, Grim fight, so I'll explain it now. When I first saw that attack, I grinned like an idiot. Even though I think it killed me, the first time I saw it. I think it did, actually. I think I wasn't expecting it. Caught me off guard. Anyway, that attack reminds me of, a lot of Toho attacks or whatever. And so I got really excited when I saw it, because I was like, oh yes! It's a bullet hell attack. If I can get one more mask, I will be significantly better off. Ow. I'm getting closer. Still going. Alright. Take 4. And down the hallway we go. I wonder if, NKG got buffed for the Godmaster, Gods and Glory fight, or what, because I just am curious to know if they did anything to NKG for that, because I know they made, mild spoilers for the end of the game, I guess, if you don't already know it. I know they made Radiance into Absolute Radiance, and I think that one's a little harder. I think Absolute Radiance has faster attacks, like less gap between attacks, so that it's more pressure, I think is what Absolute Radiance is about. But I don't know if NKG got a buff for Gods and Glory content. That was close. I probably shouldn't have tried to heal there, but you know. When else? Ow. Are you gonna jellyfish? Nope. Well, at the very least, that's not the jellyfish. There it is. I don't know why I'm calling it jellyfish. It doesn't look at all like a jellyfish. Pufferfish, that's it. It's pufferfish. Yep. Knew that one was coming. I'm gonna try not to take up too much of your time with this video. Can I get out of loading? It's still... okay, there it goes. It fixed itself. Doot-a-doot-doot. Doot-a-doot-doot-doot. I gotta wait. Okay, I'm in. Oh, there goes a car. Ow! Huh. I wonder how NKG feels about the night. Because, I mean, although it may be somewhat for show, Grimm does seem to have some level of, like... Grimm does seem amicable. Uh-oh. Nimbus is repositioned. Okay, he's getting off my desk, it looks like. That's good. Anyways, I have to wonder, like, Grimm, at the very least, even though part of it's probably for the whole, like, well, you know, we're supposed to do this thing that's an old ritual, or, and so on and so forth. Well, there's some of that in there, probably. I also have to wonder, like, because Grimm does seem generally amicable to the night, so how does NKG feel about Kiddo here existing? Because, you know, they're allowing this ritual to go forward, which makes, I don't know, I just kind of wondered how NKG feels about Kiddo. Because, I mean, NKG is a god. We know this because NKG gets a full title card thing. Oh. Oh. Where's my cat gone? Oh, is he... No, he's not in my laundry basket. Where did he go? Oh well, let's try again. I distracted myself with thinking about, I distracted myself by thinking about character interactions. Fantastic. This is one of those bosses that I don't really get tired of. Like, sure, I can get frustrated if I know that he was almost dead and I died, but aside from that, like, I don't get tired of this boss because this boss is fun. That was on me, that was my fault. Entirely my fault. Oh! Ow. You may heal once. And I mean, yeah, I can't like no-hit this boss, but I wouldn't call myself bad at this boss. It's just that this boss is hard. And in all honesty, going back to the thing where it's like, oh, well, did NKG get a buff in Gods and Glory, Godmaster, whatever the hell you want to call it, that was mostly just me thinking because I was like, oh yeah, Radiant's got one. NKG doesn't really need one. Because here's the thing, for me, NKG is slightly harder than Radiance. Because with Radiance, while she does have a lot of attacks that, like, are omnidirectional and can hit you from no matter where you are on the field. There's more room for mild placing and jump mistakes in the Radiance fight, whereas in this fight you get zero room for error outside of maybe like I don't know. I don't even know where you'd find room for error in this fight. Oh, we're on to... the heart's glowing, which means that we're close. Oh, I don't know how that didn't hit me. I was right above that spike. It should have hit me. I mean, I'm glad it didn't, but it should have. That hit me, though. Ow! I need to stop trying to heal. I was doing fine before I started trying to heal. Ooh, that's stressful. Oh, thank God. Come on, do your fire spawner attack. Not the blowfish one, that one. That one I have a chance to heal. You didn't see it because you can't see me, but I had to scratch an itch on my shoulder. Hence why I got hit. This isn't good. Nope. I got overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed. I got wholly and entirely overwhelmed. That's okay. Keep trying. That's all you can do, really. I mean, at the end of the day, in hard games, all you can really do is keep trying. Like, there's no... So, having the patience to keep trying is somewhat innate, but also patience is somewhat learned, and you can learn how to be patient, in situations like this and in boss fights like this. You can learn to be patient and keep trying, and you can learn to have that sort of endurance. So while that patience is somewhat innate, the only difference between like having innate patience for these fights and having learned patience for these fights is just one, you start off with it and so it's slightly easier. But aside from that, like, in this sort of thing, there's something to be said for, like, you can learn it. Like, this isn't the sort of thing, this and Dark Souls, I feel especially, aren't the sort of games that you're just gonna be good at naturally, and, well, I mean, okay, some people might be, but not everyone's going to be, but that doesn't really affect how well you can do in the game eventually. You just kinda gotta learn it. And you should be given space to learn it. Like, no one's gonna pop out and start playing, like, Dark Souls and immediately be good at it. Like, that's not how that works. So, having time and stuff to learn how these games work and how to ensure that you are a player who can make it through the game, that's going to take some time and it's going to take some work, and you're not just going to pop out and like buy Dark Souls or Hollow Knight on Steam and suddenly be good at it, because it does take some effort to get better at the game. Like, I mean, and clearly I'm not the best, Like, there's people out there who have done this boss and Radiance and all the bosses in Hollow Knight hitless, and I haven't. I mean, I'm working on it because I have to do Radiant mode for Gods and Glory, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to, like, I don't have to learn those things. I could if I wanted, but I don't know. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if you're new to these kinds of games and you want to get into them, but you're intimidated because the people that you can see online tend to be really good at them, and they tend to do it really well, don't get too discouraged just because of that, because there's a lot of practice that goes behind that, of course, and then there's also the fact that they didn't immediately start off being good at it either, I'd assume. I'd bet, anyway. So, yeah, just, I don't know. If you want to play Hollow Knight, play Hollow Knight. If you don't want to play Hollow Knight because it doesn't seem like the game for you, that's also fine. If you want to play Hollow Knight, but it's the first game of difficulty that you've gotten into, that's fine. Take breaks as you need to. Make sure that you keep yourself well hydrated, because this game is stressful and can make you sweaty. I will freely admit it, like, I frequently, during stressful boss fights, get sweaty. Or at the very least, a little sweaty. That's why needing to turn off my fan back when I was recording in Winslow got especially annoying, is because I had to turn off my fan and I would get hot, and it would be like January and I'd be dying. Because I run hot anyways. I'm generally fairly warm. I don't handle heat all that well. I am not surprised. My previous couple tries have been pretty good, so of course I had to go and throw a bad attempt in there. Yeah. I ran out of things to ramble about. I'm gonna have to find something new to ramble about. Alternatively, I could, focus on the boss fight and not keep losing. That would also work. Gonna attempt to focus. If I don't talk much, that's why. I mean, I guess I could give, like, tips on the boss or something. But I don't really know how to do that. I'm trying to hold my controller further away from my headset because I realize that you can hear my controller clicking really loudly, and because it's a different kind of controller, the buttons click differently, which means that I have to get used to that. Ow. Okay, that was my fault. I moved out of queue, I'm sorry. Saw a post once. I don't remember if I mentioned this during the Grim fight. I might have. I saw a post once that basically compared the NKG and Grim fights to something similar to, like, dancing. Ow. Dancing. If you hear my everything wrestling, it's because my ear itches. I am not trying to be perfect, I am trying to be human, and that means that you'll sometimes get to hear when my, like, ear itches or my shoulder itches. Gonna try and focus on the boss. Gonna try and focus on the boss. Gonna try and focus. Here we go. Right out the bat, huh? I think the best piece of advice I can give to you for this boss is don't panic. He moves fast, but he doesn't move unreasonably fast, which means that even if it seems like you won't have enough time to dodge something, chances are you do, and reacting too quickly, as you've seen me do a couple times, can actually get you injured, get you hit, when you don't need to be. Which can, of course, lead to more panic and more overall struggle, because the lower your health gets, the more likely you are to try and, panic heal. Which is gonna get you into a lot of trouble with this boss, because this boss will not give you time to panic heal. You have to make sure, that there's an attack you know of where you have an opening to heal, and you have to make sure that there's at least one attack where you have an opening to hit. Now, of course, things like Sharp Shadow and Long Nail and Quick Slash and whatnot make this easier, but they aren't necessary for fighting this boss. I have Sharp Shadow equipped because I like the way it works, and I like being able to hit things when I dash through them. If that's not in your playstyle, that's fine, but you do need to figure out a time when you can hit this boss, and you need to figure out an attack / time period where you can heal safely. Even if it's just, you know, those points in time where he's in stagger and he's flying around as a bunch of bats, even then, that's enough time for you to heal one mask of damage. Personally, as you've seen, I prefer to both hit and heal during the Flame Spawner attack, but that's not the only time I hit. During his little diagonal dash attack, if I can time it right, I will hit him when I jump above him before he vanishes. I just have to make sure I time it right, or else I'll wind up landing on him and take 2 damage. I'll try to explain things as I do them, since I realize that it may not be easy to tell from what I'm doing. I don't actually know. These are things I feel like I should be doing, and I don't know how much I should actually be doing them, but I'm doing them. Baldur Shell is good for that sort of thing. When you think you might have a chance to heal. So yeah, during that attack, I generally try to get him once when I go under him, and then I'll heal once I get away from the 4th fire that he spawns. Had he not gone into stagger there, I would have taken damage because I would have landed on him. You want to make sure with that attack, if you do decide to do what I'm doing and you try to hit him, you do need to make sure that you know that you're going to get enough nail recoil to recover and get away from him, because if you do it too early and you don't have enough recoil, he will stand up and his horns will hit you and you will take 2 masks of damage, because contact damage, if you do it too late and you don't have enough recoil, you'll land in either fire or you'll land just on him. He will not come to you, you will come to him. Like that. Well, that's... I missed my swing on that one, which is why he hit me. On that one, yeah, just hit him when you go under him. I remembered as soon as I started saying that sentence that I had already explained what I was doing, so I didn't need to do it again. That one, just... I like to jump when the spikes come up because it gives me a split second more time to move to a side, but sometimes, clearly, it fails, it messes up. You can stop going at any time. Alright, let me get a drink of water. A drink. I will mute my mic for that. I've had a drink. And also, I guess I just feel more comfortable, like, audibly stating that I need to get a drink or something, just 'cause I'm not a big YouTuber. By any stretch of the imagination, I have a whole 14 subs, which is fine. So I don't feel quite as strange, because ultimately, like, even though I've got 14 subs, I've got, I don't know, 7, 11, somewhere in there, people who watch these, which means that overall, there's a handful of people that are seeing my videos, which means that I can just exist. It's quite nice. I'm getting distracted. I am gonna be surprised if this is the one that makes it, but you know what? If it is, then it is. Yep, figured that was gonna happen. Oh no, it's been 39 minutes already. Gotta make sure to keep from messing up my back even more when I'm recording. Oh, I should probably explain that attack actually, now that I'm thinking about it. What I do is I like to wait until the first and second bats have reached my current standing position. And then I will jump and dash forward. Sometimes this results in me getting close enough to hit him, sometimes it does not. It all depends on, like, if I feel brave enough to move toward him while he's shooting, the first two. That sort of thing. It all depends on my spacing from him at the very beginning of... Ow. Oh my god. At the very beginning of that attack, it all depends on where I am in relation to him, whether or not I get a hit in on him. That would have been a good healing opportunity, but I don't have enough soul to make it worth it, so I'm not gonna bother. Uh-oh. Maybe should have. Ow. Ow. Well, if that's the only time I get hit during this whole sequence, that's not... Well, I mean, it would have had to have been, or else I would have died. That was close. Uncomfortably close, actually. If you're too close to him, during that attack, to feel comfortable going whole hog and charging him, then you can do a double jump between the second and third fire. It's risky, but you can. If you don't feel comfortable with your spacing enough to charge at him immediately, you can do that. You'll know what's comfortable spacing because, as you can see, whenever I'm in comfortable spacing, I just move toward him. And of course the spacing and the timing and all that will change depending on how far away you are from him. Like at this distance, I just stand and wait for the first two to reach me. But if he were to go a little bit further out of range, I would move forward slightly and jump into the bats as opposed to jumping through them and then dashing, if that makes any sense at all. I feel like some sort of like makeup YouTuber, but instead of explaining how I do my makeup in the morning, I'm explaining how I fight a god of nightmares. Ow! I was kind of expecting to be dead there. I didn't remember that I had healed. And it was at 3 masks as opposed to 2. Although it doesn't really matter, because I'm about to die anyway. Oh, the door! With that attack, don't try to hit him, because he will get you. Instead, do your damnedest to get out of range of that furthest fireball. Or else it might... Oh no! Oh no! Ow, okay. Careful. Careful! I hit his legs, I hit his toe, I hit his feet. I jumped into his feet. Sometimes that happens. That's why you need to make sure that you don't start getting greedy and overly excited because you know the fight's almost over, but you're almost dead. That's why you don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. Because if you do as I do, you might die. Yay! And of course, if you can't get out of the way of the furthest fireball, then just do your best to guesstimate where the fireballs are gonna go, and because they are consistent, they do have a pattern, but it can be hard to tell where they're gonna land sometimes, since this is split-second decision-making, and having to figure out like where things are. This is pretty close to split-second. Rivaled only by like 1 or 2 of Radiance's attacks. NKG has a lot more quick. You have to be a lot quicker with NKG. Absolute Radiance does it as well, kind of, but not to the same extent. NKG, the entire time you have to make sure that your reaction speed is up and that you're not, like, underestimating or underthinking what you're fighting. Because you can't overthink it, but you also can't underthink it, and that's a very important... I'm making no sense. Anyway, don't think too hard about where you're going to go. Let it be instinctual to some degree. Like, don't anime-style plan out a full counterattack for every single one of his attacks in your head, or else you're gonna get behind real fast. But also, like, with that, also make sure that your reaction time is up, so that when he does do something, you have enough time to counter it, or at the very least avoid it. So yeah, don't overthink it. Leave, like, your movements and your counters up to instinct once you learn how he fights. But, until then, don't lose focus in things that are happening. Like, don't zone out. Make sure that your reaction speed is up. Make sure that you're ready to dodge whatever he throws at you. And that's easier said than done, of course. I'm a living, breathing example of it. You can see it right now, live on your screen. Well, not live, but you know. I'm saying that as I'm fighting, so kind of live. Anyways, staying on top of your reaction time is easier said than done, because it's really hard to do. But if you do that, and couple that with not thinking too much about what you're doing and how you're fighting, then that's basically how you go about defeating NKG. Radiance to a lesser extent, of course, because especially normal Radiance, her attacks are slower. They're more omnidirectional, so if you're easily overwhelmed by things that are coming from all around you, then that'll give you more trouble. But if you're like me and you're more easily overwhelmed by too many things happening at once, then you'll have a harder time with NKG than Radiance, because NKG has a lot of things happening at once. Imagine that. So, again, so does Radiance, but again, Radiance has it to a lesser extent than NKG does. You should be just about dead. The heart's going nuts in the background, so... That was risky. It paid off, but it was risky. Yes! I got him. In less than an hour. Groomchild is fully evolved now. Aha! Good riddance. That creepy carnival has vanished and the town's returned to its former self. Nice and quiet as I like it. It's quite enough to deal with just the occasional traveler. Whole structures appearing out of nowhere, dreadful music, horrific masks, all far more than one old bug should have to face. I don't know, I kinda like the Grim Troop. They're cool. Okay, so... I think that's gonna be all for this episode. Oh, wait, hang on, I'll cut, and then I'll be back, and then we're gonna go get the other pieces of the third soul vessel. I think I figured out where it's at. I don't think I did this yet. I think I'd remember. Hello! So, I don't think I've dropped Geo into the statue of the Pale King yet. I don't think. If I have, then I don't know where else I'm going to go find them. Since I have essence. Enough essence. Because I think I have like... Yeah, I've got plenty of essence. Do you know how many dream gates I could leave behind with that? Anyways, we're gonna go drop off 3,000 Geo into the statue of the Pale King. Because I think that's what I have to do. It's taking a good second to load because again I'm rendering in the background. You can't see it, but it's there. Yeah, currently, at this very moment, episode 17 is being rendered. It's about, it's pretty well done, but it's gonna take a second still to finish. Here it is. A true servant gives all for the kingdom. Let Helenus, Pale King, relieve you of your burden. Sure. Haven't done it yet, apparently. Go boom. And that's it. Alright. Completion 102%. What am I missing? Oh, I don't have all the masks yet. Okay, let me cut and then I'll go get the other mask shards. Okay, so I think I know the 3, well maybe not. Maybe not the 3 exactly. I know of at least 2 that I still need. And maybe another one? I'm currently looking at a list of them. I think I probably got that. So, first stop is well, I'll drop by Green Path anyway. Since I guess I could have missed that one. The issue is I don't remember which ones I've gotten, so I have to go back and check and see which ones I haven't gotten yet and which ones I have. I'm keeping an eye on the numbers to make sure that they don't turn yellow, since I've had that happen before and it kinda sucked a lot. Happened during the Lost Kin boss fight, specifically when I beat the Lost Kin, which made it even worse because I didn't know when the numbers had gone yellow, and I didn't really know what had caused them to go yellow. So I was worried that I had lost all the footage that I'd had, because, I mean, Fraps numbers went yellow. Why'd they go yellow? Thankfully, the boss fight was still there. There was just some time in between the boss fight and getting back to the bench that wasn't still there, which was fine. I didn't really mind that much. It was just annoying and somewhat scary to deal with. Okay. I need to go to Stone Sanctuary, and that's gonna be through here. See ya. Don't know where these are. Kinda wanna know where these are. There should be a bench off to my right. Sure is. There's a moth flying against my window. I should probably just close the shutters, because that makes me feel better, because I'm always worried that I'll look out and there'll be something there that wasn't there before. And I hate that. But also, I like being able to see out the window. Lets me know when cars are going by. Because, okay, if this one, I don't know where I would have... I can think of one, and one of them's from Delicate Flower Quest, and I know I haven't done that yet. But I don't know where the other one is. I know of two. Whoops. I know of two that make sense. I'm... okay. There's one. Alright, I will meet you up at the location for the next one, and then I will make a short little 30, 15, somewhere in there, minute video of, the Delicate Flower one. Okay. Alright, so I've tried a couple, and it's getting kinda late, so I'm gonna end off this episode here, and then in the next one, I'll go find the other piece and go do the Delicate Flower Quest, and then, in the episode after that, because that'll be a short episode, I will go and fight the last two bosses and finish the game. Alright. See y'all next time, and in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Where's the button?